Hello students, I welcome you all on my YouTube channel. So from today onward, we are going to start a lecture series on abstract algebra. So firstly, I'll be discussing the syllabus of the course, what all we are going to cover in this course. The syllabus of the course has been divided into the fourth section. It has been divided into the fourth section. Okay. In section 1, okay, let me draw it here. Syllabus has been divided into the four units or section, you can say. Unit 1, in unit 1 we are going to cover definition and examples of group. Also we will be discussing some property of groups and some major example of group like Zn and Un, Gln, Sln, etc. In unit 2, we will be studying subgroups and some theorem related to subgroups. Also in this unit we will be covering cosets. What are cosets and what are the properties of the cosets, and also one more important theorem will be discussed here, which is Lagrange's theorem. In unit 3, under this unit we will be discussing normal subgroups. What are normal subgroups and what are their properties? Quotient groups, and homomorphism. Okay, this is all we are going to cover under the unit 3. And lastly, in unit 4, we will be covering ring theory, that is definition and examples of ring, integral domain, field, etc. Okay, under this unit we will be covering ring theory, integral domain and field. So see here, in first 3 unit we will be discussing group theory. Okay, and in final section, for final unit, we will be dealing with ring theory. Okay, So this is all we are going to cover in this series of the lecture, right? So we will be starting with unit 1, that is definition of the group. Okay, so shall we start? Okay. Definition of the group. Before discussing the definition of group, I would like to tell you about binary operation, because again and again we would be discussing in this unit about binary operation. Let me tell you what is binary operation. Binary operation is generally denoted by star. Let G be any set. Okay, G is set and A and B are two elements of this set G. Then star will be known as binary operation if A star B also belongs to G. For example, let us understand this with the help of example. Let us take set of natural number and let us assume our operation is addition. Okay, so if there are any two natural number like 1 and 2, their sum, that is addition, is also another natural number, and this is true for every natural number, because addition of any two natural number is again natural number. So therefore this star in this case will be called binary operation. But if operation is subtraction, then 1 minus 2 would be equal to minus 1, which is not natural number. Therefore subtraction in this case would be not a binary operation. Okay, but addition, since addition would be binary operation, because addition of two natural number is natural number again, so addition is binary operation. But subtraction is not a binary operation, because subtraction of two natural number may not be natural again, may not be natural. So this thing we will have to keep in our mind, and this way we can also, this is also called closure property. Like addition is closed, natural number is closed under addition, but natural numbers are not closed under subtraction, because when two natural number are subtracted, one natural number is subtracted from another natural number, then the result, or it may not yield a natural number again, which imply under subtraction natural number is not closed, but under addition natural number is closed. Okay, so now let us proceed towards the property of definition, sorry, not property, definition of group. Okay, so definition of group. A group is a set under, or you can say with a binary operation, or let us write it. Let me write it here only. Let G be a set, non-empty set. Okay, not simple set, but not empty. It should be not empty. Let G be a set and star be any operation, like it could be plus, it could be minus, it could be addition, it could be division, or some other operation. Okay, like multiplication of matrices, composition of function. Okay, be any operation then G is said to be or called group if it satisfies following four properties, following axioms or property, you can say. So first property is closure property, right? If it satisfies following four properties, property number 1, closure property. Okay, it says, as I told you earlier, A star B should belong to G for all A comma B belonging to G. That is, if A comma B are element of G, then A star B should be also element of G. Okay, then we say this G is closed under addition and property 1 is satisfied. Nextly, second property should be also satisfied by this set in order G to have a group, G to be a group. Okay, second property is associative property, associative property or associative law. Okay, it says A star B star C should be equal to A star B star C. Okay, for all A comma B comma C belonging to G. That is, when we operate B and C first, then it operate with A, it should be equal to operating A and B first and then operating with C. Okay, this should be also true. Thirdly, property 3 is existence of identity. Okay, it says there shall exist an element say E such that A time E shall be equal to A in either way. Okay, it means there shall be an element belonging to G. Okay, belonging to G. It should be not outside the G, but it should be inside the G, such that when operated with any element of G, it should be giving the same element again. That is, for all, we will have to write here for all A belonging to G. Okay, property number 4, existence of inverse. Okay, that is, for all A belonging to G, there shall exist another element B belonging to G only, such that A star B is equal to E in either way. Okay, so this is fourth property. Now we are going to illustrate this definition with an example later, and also one more point you need to note here. If okay, let me first of all, so these are four property. If any set under this operation star satisfies these four property, then we call that set group. Okay, then we call that set group. Also keep one thing in your mind: if this group satisfy one more extra property, which is commutative law or commutative property, commutative law, that is, commutative law is A star B shall be equal to B star A for all A comma B belonging to G. Okay, if this, in addition to these four property, this property is also satisfied by G, then this group is, this is not only group but this is abelian group. Abelian group in the honor of abelian group or commutative group. Okay, abelian group, it has been named in the honor of Henrik Abel. Okay, so this is all about the definition of the group. So now we are going to illustrate example of group, right? Examples. Examples of group. Okay, let us discuss these examples of the group in separate video. I think I'll discuss these examples in the next video. Okay.